Congratulations! You have been selected as a proctor for our Smarter Balanced Summative assessments. Please remember that these are state assessments and students must complete them independently. You cannot help them. You can only say, read the directions, or do your best. If it has been determined that a student needs text-to-speech on the stimuli and items, or the passages, or the English Language Arts assessment, please ensure that the volume is on and that the headphones are working for the computer to read the question stems and answer choices, or so the students can hear the listening passage before they log into the test. For testing security, please make sure that all anchor charts and instructional materials are removed or covered up in the classroom before starting the test. Make sure that students are seated in a way that they cannot see each other's computers, and make sure that you have a quiet testing sign on your door. During testing, make sure that there is a quiet environment for testing. Make sure that students all have scratch paper every time they take a test. Make sure you are monitoring so that students are continuing to stay on task. And make sure that you and the students know that their student ID number is confidential. After the test is done, make sure to throw all scratch paper away and do not talk about the test to any staff members, students, or family. For the Smarter Balanced assessments, students have to use a school Chromebook. All other devices must be put away. If you are proctoring students in a separate setting, please pick up the students from their classrooms promptly at the starting time and return them to the classroom at ending time, which is 1 hour and 15 minutes after the starting time. If you are proctoring the assessment, make sure to read all the directions that are in blue in the Testing Administrator's Manual. If you have any questions during the testing, text Kat Yanez at 860-861-0478.
To administer the summative Smarter Balanced assessments, first, log in to the Test Administration interface from the Comprehensive Assessment Program portal. Then select Smarter Balanced Assessments. Then select the Test Administration. On the Login page, enter your email address and password. If this is the first time you've logged in, then select Request a New One for this school year and follow the prompts.
Once you are logged into the platform, select Start a New Session Now on the right-hand side. Then select IMS as your school. Click Go. When you are selecting the test that you would like to administer, make sure to select Summative Assessments. If it is a Next Generation Science assessment only for 5th grade, select the arrow here. If it is a Smarter Balanced Summative Assessments for ELA or Math, select the arrow here. Then select the plus sign until you can no longer select a plus sign. Then once there is no longer an option for a plus sign, select the check in the box. It will come up with a warning to make sure that you are selecting the summative assessment. Then select OK. If this is an in-person session, you're going to select Start Session. If this is a remote session, you're going to select Remote and Start Session. Once you've started the session ID will come up on the top. You give this session ID to students as they are logging in. As students are logging in, you can click the Refresh button and approve students with the Approvals icon.
Before you approve all students, click the Refresh button. Be sure to check any custom settings that students might have to make sure they are correct. If a student's settings are not correct, please notify the school's testing coordinator. After you have approved all students, they will have a sound and video playback check. Please read all of the directions from the Test Administration Manual before letting students begin their test. Once students have begun their test, you will be able to check student progress. You can check if a student is paused, how much time a student has spent on the test, if a student has completed the test, or if a student is having an issue. With 10 minutes left in the test session, please read the directions from the teacher's manual. When all students are done with the 10 minutes, make sure that students click Pause and Save, or if the student is finished, they click Submit Test.
If you have any questions during the testing, text Kat Yanez at 860-861-0478.